Busy badge of honor when exhaustion becomes identity. How are you? Busy, like it's a competition for who can be most overwhelmed. What if being busy isn't productive? What if it's just busy? Rest isn't earned, it's required. That's the conversation on the porch today. Hey there, I'm GP, and this is where we talk about the stuff that keeps us up at 2 a.m. The messy, complicated, beautiful human parts of being a millennial trying to figure it out. You know those conversations you have with your closest friends? The ones where you finally admit you're not okay, you don't have it all figured out, and you're just doing your best with what you've got? That's what happens here. Whether you're dealing with a brain that works differently, relationships that feel complicated, money that makes no sense, or just trying to take care of yourself in a world that profits from your exhaustion, you're not alone in this. So grab your coffee, find a comfortable spot, and let's get real for a few minutes. This is your reminder that you're not broken, you're not behind, and you're definitely not the only one feeling this way. Welcome to the porch. Let's talk. Today we're diving deep into something many of us wear like a medal, the busy badge of honor. You know the drill. Someone asks how you are, and the automatic response is busy, said with a sigh, but also a hint of pride. It's like we've collectively decided that constant overwhelm is a sign of importance, of productivity, of simply being enough. But what if that narrative is actually holding us back? What if being perpetually busy isn't a sign of success, but a symptom of something deeper? Let's sit with that for a moment. We're exploring how exhaustion can subtly morph into our identity, and why it's time to challenge that notion. Because rest, my friend, isn't a reward you earn. It's a fundamental requirement for thriving. It's fascinating, isn't it, how this idea of busy has become so ingrained in our culture, especially for those of us navigating the modern world. We see it everywhere, the glorification of the hustle, the endless to-do lists, the feeling that if we're not constantly moving, we're falling behind. This isn't just about having a lot on our plates. It's about the internal story we tell ourselves about what that means. For many, the busy badge becomes a shield, a way to feel validated, to avoid deeper introspection, or even to sidestep the discomfort of stillness. We might even subconsciously believe that if we stop, everything will fall apart, or worse, that we'll discover we're not as valuable as we thought. This constant state of activation, this chronic low-grade stress, impacts everything from our relationships to our physical health, and ironically, our actual productivity. It's a cycle that's hard to break because it's often reinforced by external expectations and our own internal programming. We've been taught that our worth is tied to our output. But what if our worth is inherent, regardless of how much we do? So how do we begin to dismantle this busy badge identity? It starts with a radical act of self-compassion, recognizing that rest is not a luxury, but a necessity. It's about reframing our relationship with time and productivity. Instead of asking, how much can I cram into my day? We can start asking, what truly needs my energy today? And what kind of rest will genuinely rejuvenate me? This might look like scheduling internal downtime, saying no to commitments that don't align with our values, or even just taking 5 minutes to breathe deeply in the middle of a chaotic day. It's about creating boundaries around our energy and honoring our own rhythms rather than constantly pushing against them. It's a journey of unlearning deeply ingrained habits and embracing a more sustainable way of being. Remember, true strength isn't about how much we can endure. It's about how wisely you manage your energy and how kindly you treat yourself. It's about choosing presence over performance and well-being over endless doing. As we wrap up our conversation today, I want to leave you with this thought. Your identity is not defined by your level of exhaustion or your overflowing calendar. It's defined by who you are, your values, your spirit, and your capacity for connection and joy. Let's collectively challenge the narrative that equates busy with importance. Let's normalize rest, celebrate stillness, and redefine productivity not by quantity, but by quality and sustainability. It's a continuous practice, a gentle redirection towards a life that feels more aligned and less draining. So, the next time someone asks you how you are, maybe the answer isn't busy, but present, or rested, or intentionally engaged. Let's give ourselves permission to step off the hamster wheel and reclaim our peace. That's what we're talking about on the porch today. Thank you for joining me today on Wisdom from the Porch with GP. I hope our conversation has offered you a moment of reflection, a spark of inspiration, or a practical tool to navigate your journey with greater ease. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on these valuable conversations. Until next time, remember to find your wisdom on the porch. Take good care, and from my heart to yours, keep thriving.